Here you have a very easy ACT question. You surely wouldn't want to miss this one. What most people don't know is there's actually a couple ways to do this. The majority of people would say to use the distributive property first with the 9, but you could actually divide each side by 9, and you would have x minus 9 equals negative 11 over 9, but most people would want to stay away from that because of the fractions. Then just add 9 to that, so that negative 11 ninths plus 9, that'd be the same thing as negative 11 ninths plus 81 ninths, which would turn out to be 70 ninths. So I can tell you right now the answer is going to be 70 ninths, but most people are using the distributive property here with the 9. Take 9 times x, that is 9x, and 9 times negative 9, that is negative 81. Still, that is equal to negative 11. So 9x minus 81 equals negative 11. Add 81 to each side. Get 9x equals 70. And that turns out to be x equals 70 over 9 if you divide each side by 9 there. Letter E, like I told you the first time. Discount tickets to a basketball tournament sell for $4 each, and Rico spent $60 on discount tickets. That is $37.50 less than if he had bought the tickets at the regular price. What was the regular ticket price? Well, to figure out what the regular ticket price was, you need to know how many tickets there were. What you do know is that he spent $60 on tickets that were $4 each. So those two things right there. If he spent $60 on tickets that were $4 each, how do you figure out how many tickets he bought? $60 on tickets that were $4 each. How do you figure out how many tickets he bought? Divide. 60 divided by 4, that is 15 tickets. So he bought 15 tickets. Now that $60 is $37.50 less than if he had bought the tickets at the regular price. So the regular price would be that 60 plus $37.50, and that is $97.50 for the regular tickets. So those 15 tickets at the regular price would be a total of $97.50. You need to figure out what the regular ticket price was. So those two things right there, 15 tickets at $97.50 total. To figure out the regular ticket price, divide $97.50 by 15. If you divide $97.50 by 15, that is going to be $6.50, which is letter H. The expression 3x minus 4y squared times 3x plus 4y squared is equivalent to which of these? Now, if you really know what you're doing, you have the answer already. Most people are going to jump to the FOIL method or distributive property. So when people see two binomials, they automatically think FOIL method. And few people realize the FOIL method and the distributive property are the same thing when you're multiplying two binomials. If you think of the distributive property, you would distribute the 3x to the second set of parentheses. Take 3x times 3x. Those would be the first terms of your glorious FOIL method. And then distribute the 3x to the 4y squared. Those are the outer terms of the FOIL method. Distribute the negative 4y squared to the 3x. Those are the inner terms of the FOIL method. And distribute the negative 4y squared to the 4y squared. Those are the last terms of the FOIL method. Why remember the FOIL method? All you have to know is the distributive property. I'd rather carry one tool than several. So distributive property does the same thing as the FOIL method. 3x times 3x, that is going to be 9x squared. Add the exponents when you're multiplying with the same base. 3x times 4y squared, that's 12y squared x. Negative 4y squared times 3x, it's negative 12y squared x. And negative 4y squared times 4y squared, again, add the exponents when you're multiplying with the same base. That would be negative 16y to the fourth. Go back through and combine the like terms. Like terms have the same variable, same exponents. So these two terms with the y squared x, those are like terms. If you combine those, 12y squared x minus 12y squared x, those are going to knock each other out. So you're going to be left with 9x squared minus 16y to the fourth, which is letter A. But you could have had that answer a long time ago, and here's how. When you see 3x minus 4y squared times 3x plus 4y squared, notice the terms are the same. You just have a different sign between the terms. Well, let's go back to Algebra 1, and let's say you have something like x plus 3 times x minus 3. That is a 3. X plus 3 times x minus 3, you can go through the FOIL method or distributive property, but you probably know that that's going to produce or multiply to be x squared minus 9. It's going to produce a difference of 2 squares. Same thing is if you had x plus 8 times x minus 8. If you have x plus 8 times x minus 8, where the terms are the same, the only difference is the plus and minus sign, those are called conjugates. When you multiply two conjugates together, it's going to produce a difference of two squares. So really, all you have to do is square the first term, get x squared there, square the last term, and get 9, and then put a minus sign between them. So square the first term, that would be x squared. Square the last term, that'd be 64, and then put a minus sign between them. A little more complicated, let's say you have 2x plus 3y times 2x minus 3y. Let's go with the x. Multiplying two conjugates, just square the first term, that would be 4x squared. Square the last term, that would be 9y squared. And put a minus sign between them. So when you're multiplying two conjugates where the terms are the same, the only difference is the signs between them, just square the first term, square the last term, and put a minus sign between them. And that's what we could have done up here. We're multiplying two conjugates where the terms are the same. The only difference is a plus and a minus sign. Square the first term, you get 9x squared. Square the last term, we have 16y to the fourth. And then put a minus sign between them. Multiplying two conjugates will produce a difference of two squares. It'd take all of about 3 seconds. Letter A.